From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Cascade Paint and Supply is Reading's oldest family-owned paint store, established in 1953. We are the largest Dunn Edwards dealer in the nation, and most of our products are made in the U.S. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to answer your questions and help you today.
Well, definitely not a bad way to wrap up that work week. You know, temperatures were on the cool side, but that's pretty typical this time of the year. Got to see plenty of sunshine. The rain, the snow has pretty much ended for now. There is a little bit of something we got to watch here for the weekend, but shouldn't really have too much of an impact here for us. Should be fairly minor. But overall, I'm expecting mainly dry conditions through the weekend, and all of next week at this point, it's looking pretty dry out there. So we do have those dry conditions. This is a beautiful sight. I showed this at noon and thought I'd show you here this evening as well, just in case you missed it. This is what it looks like out at Lassen Park. You know, they pretty much closed that roadway through the park at this point. I mean, they've just got so much snow now up there, especially those highest of elevations, that it just can't keep up with kind of clearing it out. So just kind of keep that in mind. But this is out at about 6,700 feet at the visitor center at the south entrance. And there you can see, of course, that's what it looks like here at the surface at 6,700 feet. But obviously a lot more snow as you start heading up northward. So this is pretty much going to be the image here as we go through the rest of the season. I mean, we've got more snow in the forecast, but not for a while. We'll get into that here in a second. So here's a look at the snow totals the last few days. Now the lighter shades of blue, that's about 2 to maybe upwards of 4 inches of snow. As you get to these darker shades of blue, that's about 4 to 8 inches of snow that you see there. So Lassen Park itself, the highest even of elevations, didn't quite see a foot of snow, at least based on the radar. This is what the radar picked up as an estimation, right? So we may have seen close to about a foot of snow or more out towards Lassen Park, but there's Mount Shasta, the mountain, probably over a foot of snow on top there, but even kind of the surrounding area looking pretty good too. And then of course, this is the heading up into the Trinity Alps here, looking at some pretty good snow out there as well. And then of course, you can see down even to the higher elevations of southern Trinity County. So not bad for the last few days, but this is going to be it for a while. We'll get into that here in a second. Here's what it looks like here for tonight and into tomorrow. It's going to be clear, mainly clear skies here and cooling off too. I mean, we're going to get down to around freezing inland and, of course, well below freezing out in Trinity County tonight and even into tomorrow morning. For the valley, this is where we could be talking about the potential for some morning frost for your Saturday and possibly Sunday as well. For Siskiyou-Modoc County, temperatures low 20s and even in the teens for your overnight and early morning lows as we go into the eastern mountains. So yeah, the colder air is here. It's going to warm up a little bit here in the extended outlook, but really not by a whole lot. This is a very impressive storm system heading our way, but with high pressure in place, it's going to push most of the energy of this to our north. However, it is going to clip Northern California, and it is going to bring some of us a chance for some rain and some high elevation snow. But really not until Sunday. There you can see, of course, for your Saturday, lots of sunshine. I mean, even the coast looking at a lot of sunshine here in the forecast. Now we're going to take you into Sunday, and through the day it should be dry. Here's Sunday at noon. It's dry even for the coast. But by the evening on Sunday, we see that rain begin to move in, especially for Del Norte, Humboldt County, Siskiyou County as well, and then also into Trinity County. But then you'll notice here, as we go into Sunday night, we could see looking at some of that making its way into Modoc County. So this could be impacting, say, around Cedar Pass, for any chain requirements there. So I think that could create a few problems there. But overall, it's not going to be all that terribly heavy. And then after that, look at this. Let's take you into Sunday night, Monday, all the way through Friday of next week. Yeah, some passing clouds, but dry. We have no rain or snow in the forecast. And you'll notice here by Friday night, we do have an approaching storm system right here. That'll be pushing through sometime around Saturday evening. It could bring us a little bit of rain. And when I say Saturday, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow is what we're looking at right here. And I think it would bring us some of that lower elevation snow as well. The timing, the overall intensity of this it's going to change. It could be here as early as Friday, quite honestly. But we're kind of seeing some variance in those long-range forecast models. All right, so here are your wave heights. We take you into the next 24 hours. There's a look at Saturday. We're looking at those lower wave heights, which is good. But you'll notice here up to the north and west, with that approaching storm system, we are going to be looking at those wave heights kind of increasing a bit, but not terrible. but it will certainly be noticeable, especially if you do need to be out on the water. There are your winds here for tomorrow. You can see south winds at about 5 knots. Your high tide at 9 a.m., your low tide at 3:48 tomorrow afternoon. And there are no alerts in the forecast here for tomorrow. Here's what it looks like tonight. It's cold. Yes, we're dropping down to the low to mid 30s for the valley, looking at some really almost some widespread frost, even for parts of the valley here, and especially those lower areas that are sheltered by the winds. But look at these temperatures overnight into early tomorrow morning, upper teens. Not tweens, upper teens, lower 20s. So yeah, I mean, look at that. Up towards El Turris, we're starting to see those temperatures get colder. We're down to the 15 degrees here. And of course, not quite as cold to the west, but still, even in Trinity County, it's getting quite cold here in the lower to mid 20s. All right, so for tomorrow, yeah, lots of sunshine, but we're only going to reach somewhere in the upper 50s. It's not going to warm up a whole lot. I do expect it to be a little bit warmer here tomorrow, too, for the mountains, eastern mountains in the low 40s. Mid 40s, though, for Siskiyou County. Mid 50s for Trinity, and not to mention the inland areas as well, and then mid to upper 50s out along the coast. So here's a look at your 7-day outlook, and it's going to be a pretty nice weekend. Now, as I mentioned, a chance for showers, but it's not going to be really until the second half of the day on Sunday. So really the weekend for the most part's dry, but by Sunday evening, Sunday night, we see that chance for rain coming in, especially for El Turris. It's going to be a Sunday night event. And then for Susanville, I think you're going to be dry. I think the eastern mountains south of Modoc County will be dry, even on Sunday night. We take a look at the valley. Of course, we got the morning frost both Saturday and Sunday morning. Otherwise, warming up to around 60 for those daytime highs for both Saturday, Sunday. And it's warming up a little bit. You'll get in the low to mid 60s here for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Your 7-day outlook for the North Coast. Yeah, that chance for showers late in the day on Sunday. That's also the case inland, and not to mention Trinity County. And then we're dry Monday through Friday, and it's warming up a little bit, especially inland and for Trinity County later on next week.